Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. I got another helmet. The only guidelines I had for this one was keep it pretty much white and black and do something that matches up with the jersey. So after taping everything up, the POC on the side, that's actually silk screened on. So I had to sand that down and then add some primer on top to kind of smooth out the area. Put it on the stand, do a little prep clean it all up, tack it, dry it off. Go over the whole thing with a little bit of Bulldog, which is automotive glue. Then I dust on a little bit of sealer just over top of the primer, and then a little bit of white on top of that. These are my preliminary sketches to see what the heck I'm doing, because I really have no idea what I'm doing on this helmet. What I am going to do is use the body lines of the helmet and the visor as a graphic line. Because of the round surface, and the only thing on there are these ports and the lines of the helmet, I use that as a guide and kind of figure out what I'm going to do from there. I really don't have anything set in stone. I'm just seeing how it feels and flows. You can see it on my iPad there. I got the picture of his jersey, so I'm kind of doing a graphic to mimic that. I'm just using 1/8 inch tape, 1/4 inch tape, and just laying down them on top of each other and doing some light shadows on top. Unpeel it, but don't peel off everything because I'm using the both sides of the tape as a shadow line to kind of give it some more graphics. The biggest bit of advice I can give to anyone doing a graphic job on a helmet or anything, something like this, is cut your cell phone off, lock your door, don't have any distractions, and just focus on the job in front of you. Because you need your brain for everything on this, because you're putting lines back and forth, zigzags and whatnot. This is kind of mild, but some jobs get pretty complicated, and you just can't have some guy coming in just BSing the whole time, and you're getting distracted, you know? Button up one tape to another tape, and using the rivet there on the side as a focal point to kind of get my graphic down to that part. Measuring it out from there. I'm not using any actual tape measure. I'm just using the thickness of the tape as my measurement. And like right here, I introduced another, width of tape so I can have a little bit thicker graphic once it's all done. Cut my edges, wrap it around the front, go around the body lines, clean up the edges, and get ready for the next graphic part. Just like the top, I'm doing the same kind of graphic down the sides. Looks pretty good. Tape up the center section so I don't have any bleed out. Now I'm taping up the graphic I just did so I can put a graphic across the back. Make sure you cover up everything because overspray can get everywhere, so just make sure you spend a little more extra time to kind of make sure everything's taped up. Lighter colors need white for a base. A darker color can go over top of a lighter color and bury it easy. Less paint, less edge, which means putting the clear on top buries the graphic easier. Put in a drop shadow around the outer edge and then unpeel it. Boom, got my nice hot pinks popping out there, a little shadow behind it, and all this stuff right here, putting the vinyl in there and getting ready to put the other colors in. It's basically like I'm doing a puzzle piece, trying to stick it all together. Tape it all off again, make sure it's all taped up, unpeel it, looks pretty good. I keep my tape on there because I got to put shadow lines and overlaps, so don't unpeel the whole thing and just think you're done, because then you're going to have to go back and tape it all up again. Add this little ice pearl in there, put a clear base down, and I just dust in a little bit over the whole helmet except for the hot pink on the back. I've got that taped up. Just gives a little more extra pop. The only problem with this ice pearl is it goes really well over black. White, it kind of doesn't do as well. It doesn't pop as much, but it at least gives a little something. Yeah, this is like a primer gun. It's meant for like thick primers, but I only use it for putting in heavy pearls. So if you do it with a regular gun, it's going to get clogged into the needle. And you can see right there, as soon as I hit it with the clear, the pearl starts to pop a little bit more. You can see it, like right where the shiny spots are. But you can see in the white, it looks kind of dirty, but that's the flake popping out. In the white, it's best on black. Well, here's the finished product. So I kept it pretty much white, just a lot of white and black scales. I did put the flake in there to give it a little pop color and the highlights. But all in all, it's a nice, simple graphic. It looks really busy, but it wasn't a lot of work to do. But it really accentuates all the lines of the helmet too. And because everything is just shadows and a little bit of lighter to darker in color, so it's not a lot of heavy edges, a couple coats of clear buried everything and looked good. It was done. And here he is wearing it with the jersey, black and white jersey, a little bit of splash of color, just like the helmet. Everything flows out pretty nice. So it all goes well. Looks good. All right, here we go at the end. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Follow me, love me. Later.